Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Savita from Maharaja Agrasen University, Badi, Himachal Pradesh. Today we are going to talk on module Managerial Economics under the paper Managerial Economics. After having studied this module, one may be able to know the definition and basic characteristics of managerial economics. To understand the goal of managerial economics, to understand the nature and scope of managerial economics, to highlight the relationship between managerial economics and various other disciplines, to spell out the difference between traditional economics and managerial economics. The development of the subject of business economics is of recent origin. It came into being in the early 1950s. Managerial economics and business economics are the two terms which at the maximum times have been used interchangeably. However, the term managerial economics has become more popular and has overcome the term business economics. Managerial economics may be defined as the study of economic theories, logic, and methodology which are generally used to provide the solution to the problems faced by the managers in the due course of business. Managerial economics is thus regarded as that part of economic knowledge or economic theories which is used as a means to analyze various business problems for sound business decisions. Managerial economics is often called as business economics. Managerial economics serves as a connecting link between traditional economics and the decision making sciences for decision making in business. The best way to get familiar with managerial economics and decision making is to come face to face with actual problems which require decision makings. Definitions of managerial economics. Business economics is the integration of economic theory with business practice for the purpose of facilitating decision making and forward planning by management. Nature of managerial economics. There are certain chief characteristics of managerial economics which can help to understand the nature of the subject matter and help in a clear understanding of the following terms. Managerial economics, positive or normative. Positive economics is descriptive in nature. It used to describe economic activities as they are. Professor Lionel Robbins says that economics is a positive science, while normative economics ensures judgment of value. Managerial economics draws from descriptive economics and tries to pass judgments of value in the context of the firm. Managerial economics is mainly normative in nature. This nature of managerial economics can be illustrated with the help of one example. When the patient goes to the doctor, he used to describe the problem he is suffering from. After listening to the problem of patient and using his knowledge, doctor suggests or prescribe him the medicine to cure his disease. Same is the case with managerial economics. It is descriptive as well as prescriptive. Managerial economics is pragmatic and realistic in nature. The principles of managerial economics are made use of to find the optimum solution to the problems faced by the manager in due course of business, which may be related to the choice and allocation of resources. It attempts to ignore the complexities of the traditional economics but ensures the consideration of the facts that are important for decision making but ignored by the traditional economics. Thus, managerial economics helps to improve the functions of the organization. Third one is goal oriented. Managerial economics is goal oriented. It aims to achieve the objective to the best possible extent. Right from the very first activity undertaken by the organization, it focuses on the ultimate goal of the organization, be it the profit maximization, wealth maximization, or the sales maximization. Applied science. Managerial economics attempts to solve the problem by identifying the cause and effect relationship between the variables. Managerial economics also analyzes the effect of change in one variable on the other. Related to other disciplines, it makes use of the services of many other related sciences like mathematics, stats, engineering, accounting, operation research, and psychology, etc. to find solution to business and management problems. Managerial economics is also found to be in close relations with stats. In business managers have to go with the estimates of demand, market trends, probabilities regarding supply. Stats as an important tool help to study the various functions, relationships, and also facilitate forecasting. Operations research is now largely used in planning and controlling business activities. The various concepts of mathematics that are used by a managerial economist are logarithms, geometry, algebra and calculus, vectors and determinants, input-output tables. Applied economic theory. Managerial economics is economics which is applied in decision-making process. Managerial economics attempts to link abstract theory with the managerial practice. Economics is also concerned with the problem of allocated limited resources among unlimited wants. It involves the practical application of economic theory and methodology to decision-making problems faced by the various private, public, and non-profit making organizations. It helps in optimum decision making. Next is economics is an art. Economics, when observed as an art, it is practical. The various branches of economics such as public finance, consumption, production, etc. provide practical and optimum solution to the various economic problems. It helps managers in solving various economic problems which they face in their day-to-day business affairs. Now, we will discuss the relation of managerial economics to other disciplines or subjects. Managerial economics has been found to have a great and deep relations with various other subjects. Managerial economics has become rich by the interaction with economics, mathematics, stats, psychology. The managerial economics integrates concepts and methods from these disciplines to provide the solution to the problems encountered by the managers. Managerial economics and economics. Managerial economics is the economics applied to decision making to arrive at best solution. It may be studied as a special branch of economics overcomes the gap between pure economic theory and managerial practice. There are two branches of economics, that is microeconomics and macroeconomics. Microeconomics is the study of individual units, means small, and also involves the study of decisions made in regard to the allocation of scarce resources and prices of various goods and services. The birth of managerial economics emerged from microeconomic theory, whereas macroeconomics is the field that studies the behavior of economy as a whole. Thus, macroeconomics is aggregative economics. In this way, macroeconomics is also related to managerial economics. In the formulation of policies, the understanding of the overall operation of the economic system is very useful to the managerial economist. Economics and theory of decision making. Managerial economics uses both economic theory as well as econometrics for rational decision making. In the course of business, manager has to take various decisions such as related to production, labor, sources of raw material, sources of capital, distribution channels, logistics, etc. The decision making process entails the evaluation of various possible alternatives and then selecting the best course of action. The theory of decision making is in fact a new subject that has great significance for managerial economics. Managerial economics understands and aims to analyze the problems of business decision making. Managerial economics and operational research. Operations research involves the application of mathematical techniques in solving business problems. Operations research enable construction of theoretical model that facilitate the decision making process. Although the roots of operations research lies in studies of military, it is now mostly used in planning and controlling various business activities. Various techniques of operational research which are found to be useful are linear programming, game theory, dynamic programming, input-output analysis, simulation techniques, etc. Linear programming is found to be of great use in decision making for business such as machine scheduling, distribution of commodities, and determining optimum product mix. Queuing theory is employed to find the solution to the problems as how to meet a given demand at the minimum cost or how to minimize the idle time. Various types of sequential decision problems can be solved with the help of technique of dynamic program. Managerial economics and stats. Managerial economics is closely related with statistics. In business, managers have to go with the estimates of demand, market trends, probabilities regarding supply. Statistics, as an important tool, helps to study the various functional relationships and also facilitate forecasting. In this regard, managerial economics make use of various statistics tools like trend projection, correlation, multiple regression, measure of central tendency like the mean, median, mode, measures of dispersion to arrive at the best solution to the business problems. Managerial economics and accounting. Managerial economics and accounting goes hand in hand. While continuing with the business, a manager has to undergo various transactions of financial nature. The recording of these transactions is facilitated by the subject, that is accounting. Accounting records all transactions of financial nature on root basis to provide the realistic view of the business financial position and thus enables decision making through the use of accounting data. The accounting techniques are very essential for the success of the firm because profit maximization is the major objective of the firm. Now, we discuss the relation of managerial economics and mathematics. Mathematics is yet another important subject closely related to managerial economics. The important concept of mathematics used by a managerial economist are geometry, algebra and calculus, logarithm and exponentials, vectors and determinants, input-output tables. Managerial economics make use of various techniques of mathematics for the derivation and exposition of economic analysis, estimates and prediction of economic factors. All the techniques of mathematics provides the logical and reliable results. Managerial economics and psychology. There is found to be close relationship between managerial economics and psychology. Managerial economist, while planning for production, has to study the psychology of the consumer, like what products consumer need, at what price, what are the various factors that are going to influence their demand. Psychology as a subject helps to understand the behavioral aspect, attitude and motivations of the various microeconomics variables such as managers, consumers, suppliers, investors, workers or an employee. At the same time, he needs to study the psychology of the various competitors existing in the market. There is no general uniform pattern regarding the scope of managerial economics. However, the following areas encompass scope of managerial economics. These are demand analysis and forecasting. The very reason for the operation of any business firm is the demand for its product in the market. All significant decisions of the firm depends upon the correct estimation in demand analysis. Managers seek to collect information about the various factors which are going to affect demand for a firm's product, various substitutes available in the market, and trends prevailing in the market. All these factors have important bearing on the production schedules. Demand analysis and forecasting is therefore really essential for planning business activities and occupies a relevant place in managerial economics. Cost analysis. Another important area of managerial economics is cost analysis. Whenever managers plan for production, the foremost factors that comes to their mind is the cost of production. Cost analysis facilitates management decisions. The factor that lead to variation in cost is beyond the control of managers and therefore must be recognized. In the absence of cost estimates, one may not be able to properly plan its profits and also not able to determine its pricing policies. Production analysis. Managers, while planning for production, pays attention to the relation between cost and output. What are the various factors of production which are required to carry on manufacturing? What is the behavior of various costs in relation to the factors? How far we are able to achieve economies of scale? Thus, production analysis also another important domain. Pricing policies. Pricing is the very important area of managerial economics. Managers have to spend a lot of time on forecasting and determining the price of products in the various market structures, as price acts as a major source of revenue. There are various methods to determine the prices, but the choice of right method is the greatest challenge. Wrong pricing decision will turn the firm out of the market. An accurate pricing decision contributes a lot to the success of business firm. Profit management. An ultimate objective of any economic organization is to earn handsome profits and is considered as the barometer of success. But we also know that future is always uncertain. There is uncertainty on account of various factors such as social, political, economic factors which acts as an obstacle in our way of objective. Thus, profit planning and management is regarded as the important area of managerial economics. Capital management. Capital is regarded as the most important source and also require greater attention of the managers. Capital expenditure not only have the binding on the present but also on the future profits. And once such decisions are taken, these are irreversible. Therefore, managers do keep focus on this aspect. Advertisement. Since decision making and forward planning are the important areas of managerial economics, therefore, the managers have to plan many things about the product they are going to launch in the market. The various activities in this regard, as its design, shape, quality, quantity, deciding about the marketing of good, etc. In this context, advertisement is important area of managerial economics. Environmental issues. There are many areas of macroeconomics which also become part of managerial economics, since the business organization cannot work in isolation. These areas are related to general business, social, political, and demographic environment in which a business enterprise works. All these issues have great bearing on business activities. Business cycles. Business cycles also seem to affect business decisions. Business cycles are regular fluctuations in economic activities in the country. The various phases that constitute business cycle are depression, recovery, boom, and recession. Therefore, managers have to modify their plans according to the phase through which the business is passing out. Now, we will discuss the role and responsibility of a managerial economist. A managerial economist's realistic attitude can lead the firm to the path of success. He uses his analytical skills in solving complex aspects of successful decision making and future planning. Since the ultimate goal of any economic organization is to make profits, therefore, managerial economist also works and serves the firm by working for the same. In advanced countries, big firms employ managerial economists to assist the management. The various roles played by him are highlighted as below. Acquiring knowledge about environment. A firm cannot work in isolation. The internal and external environment surrounds the firm. It is a matter of importance that internal environment is controllable, but external environment is beyond the control and has important bearing on business. Right information about the environment helps manager a lot to wisely define the extent and trend of their own business plans. The managerial economist has to study the economic trends and use the same information for the best functioning of his firm. Second one is participating in public debates. The role of managerial economists is not confined to the four walls of their business firm. Rather, they actively participate in public debates. They are regularly being the source of advice and views are being sought by the government in the foundation of the various national policies as having their hands on experience of the firm and industry. Efficient functioning of the organization. A managerial economist is the one who keep constant eye on the various factors and operations going in the organization. He ensures the efficient functioning of the organization by helping in formulating of decision relating to the various areas like price, rate of operation, investment, expansion or contraction, cash availability, wage and price policies, purchase of raw material and production schedules. Varied functions. In the due course of business, managerial economists has to perform the various functions such as planning about finance, production, purchase, marketing, sales, making various kinds of forecast, market analysis, determining price policies and practices, acting as an analyst, acting as an advisor, and also projecting various technological changes in the market. Economic intellect. Managerial economists used to provide general intelligence service by providing relevant information in regard to prices fixed by competitors, product offered by them, tax and tariff rates, trends prevailing in the market, competitive moves, things going on in the international market, new developments taking place in the market, political issue having effect on the business practices, etc. Cost-benefit analysis. Managerial economist is constantly involved in the process of cost-benefit analysis. While taking the various decisions, manager gives due consideration to the cost involved in a particular venture and the benefit expected from the same. Assist in decision making. He helps the decision maker in formulating the decisions relating to internal functioning of a firm, like changes in price, plans of investment, types of goods and services to be manufactured, factor input to be employed, production techniques to be used, expansion or contraction plans of firms, allocation of funds, location of various plants, quantity of output to be manufactured, replacement of plant equipment, sales forecasting, and inventory forecasting, etc. Maintaining relationship. The managerial economists have to undertake forecasting and also have to analyze various situations. For the same, he must establish contracts with the source of data. He maintains contracts with experts in the different fields and must also join trade and professional associations, subscribe to the journal, providing him the updates of the market. Importance of managerial economics. Managerial economics has become a highly useful and practical discipline nowadays, as it helps to analyze and offer best solutions to various kinds of problems faced in routine affairs of the organization in a systematic and realistic manner. The following points highlight significance of the managerial economics. Better allocation of resources. Managerial economics is not only offers the better allocation of scarce resources among competing ends, but also ensure the proper utilization of resources. Right decision at the right time. It helps the executives working in the firm to understand the various details of business and problems encountered and to take right decision at the right time by the identification of key variables in decision-making process. Thus, managerial economics attempts to avoid the complexities of wrong decisions. Every manager has to take various relevant decisions about the utilization of limited resources like land, capital, labor, funds, etc. to get the maximum returns. Therefore, managerial economics concentrates on practical aspects which facilitates decision making. Identification of problems. In today's scenario, economy is becoming very competitive and dynamic. It helps in identifying various business and managerial problems, their causes and consequences, and suggest various policies and programs to overcome them. Offers tools and techniques. Managerial economics ensures availability of the various conceptual and technical skills, tools of analysis, and techniques of judgment, and other modern tools and instruments like elasticity of demand and supply, cost and revenue, income and expenditure, profit and volume of production, etc., to solve various dynamic problems of business. Attainment of business objectives. Managerial economics helps the business executives to become more responsive, realistic, and competent to overcome upcoming challenges in the dynamic business scenario. This, in turn, facilitates achievements of various objectives like profit and wealth maximization, society welfare, customer satisfaction, attaining industry leadership, market share expansion, and social responsibilities, etc. Facilitates decision making and forward planning. Managerial economics enables decision making and forward planning by the evaluation of alternative available to the managers, understanding the various external factors. It also helps in understanding and analyzing the various external factors which affects the decision making of an organization and ultimately affecting the functioning and the success of the firm. As we all know, every coin has two sides, positive and negative. No doubt, managerial economics provides sophisticated tool of analysis and facilitates the decision making initiated by the managers, but on the other side, it suffers from certain limitations. These limitations are: managerial economics has led to the emergence of monopolies for the production of some important product and services. For example, electricity companies, railways, telephone companies. These companies exploit the consumers by charging high prices just to earn handsome profits. Now, second point, small scale companies have to face high degree of competition due to the emergence of multinational companies in our country, posing threat to the existence of the small firms. Small firms find it difficult to survive in the market. There seems to be great exploitation of worker due to weak bargaining power of the worker. It is felt that women and child labor are offered very low wages for the work being taken by them. And the last one is, another limitation of managerial economics seems from the emergence of oligopoly in the market, where firms and producers formally collude with each other or enters into cartel agreement and charge higher price and restrict output. So students, let's now summarize what we have learned in this module. Managerial economics has helped a lot to the business community to arrive at the best decision in regard to the various functional areas like demand forecasting, production scheduling, resource mobilization, planning different activities, control of costs, minimization of uncertainties, maximization of profit and wealth, etc., leading to the success of the firm and simultaneously achieving the goal of social responsibility. Thank you.